G'day. So this is the Kimberley Kube. We've been touring around Australia with this one, and this is us with a Darche awning. So this is the awning that we've been trying out and wanting to put on the Kimberley Kube here. So it's just been put on. We've made some brackets, but we haven't actually tested it out yet. So today's the day to see everything that's in the bag. So what we've got here, Darche awning. Now remember, the Kube's got these rock sliders. So this guy here is for going over the country, all over here. Nice long drawbar. I can pull the pin, and then I can pull it out. So it becomes my little step for putting on boots, but it becomes my little step here. This one's out for getting up onto my awning. So let's have a look here, because I don't mind. And I can reach it from here, but getting up to that top side. Velcro. Again, a little bit different than some of the awnings we've used. So this one we're trying out. Will it go around the back and around the front? So flipping that over, now I'm pretty sure everything's gonna be in here. You know, I'm gonna be 5'10" or 175 centimeters. So I'm doing here. I think the airbags are a little bit up, but just unfolding this guy here, and I could reach that. So we'll undo this one at the back. So just as a pro tip, I'm gonna remember that this is the one that folds in last. Let's see what happens here. Unfold this guy at the front so I can see materials over there. And this is what I'm looking forward to seeing, what I can do here. And this guy is gonna come right around the front and add some extra protection to the front of my unit here. Now inside these guys is some bags with their gear. So I've got my lighting kit in there. And what I'm looking for is my strap. We have just had a bit of a play. We've got this up and strapped out, and we figured out how we're gonna use this awning on our Kimberley Kube. So what we've picked up is that in this guy, I've actually got myself over here, my unit with no gas. So I've got the extra storage in here, and I've got my ropes inside there. So these little ratchet ropes, pretty cool coming here with it. We're gonna try it out this weekend and see how it goes in the rain. So what we have is this guy here with my ratchet, pull on the ratchet, and then I can tighten it up and then release, holding that back, pulling that guy out. So these big tabs, or these black tabs, I should say, are the ones that we're using for our guides. So I'll pull this around, and I'm actually gonna use my jerry can holder on this side. So I've got a bit of room. It's actually my strap for my jerry can that straps that down, and give this guy a pull. But let's go do the other end first. So I've given it a little bit of tension. Now, what I have also thought about was this rope. It was going out here. It was leaving a bit of a gap. So we're just trying this, see what happens this weekend. But we're gonna use this guy. We're gonna turn him around. And I love just grabbing a carabiner. Just to make it work, I'm gonna use my roof rack up on top. So I've got these little stays here. So ideally, that little one is at my lock. That's my loop coming out there. Carabiner will give me something for it to flow through. And I've turned this around. So instead of your typical triangle out there, we're gonna try it out this weekend. Some more coverage over the door. Get this guy up here. And because I've now got this coming this way, what I was looking for was putting that just here off my roof vent, because I'll probably have that open. I'm gonna use my roof rack here, take my carabiner just around the roof rack to give me something. So I didn't have to tie any knots. It's easy to come off at the end of the day. And then I'm just gonna pull this guy around here and see how much slack. Ooh, I've probably got a heap of slack on there. And to get that guy, I'm gonna make that rope a little bit shorter just to make that a little bit easier. So that's what we were thinking of, doing a carabiner there to add to some of my tension, coming around here, but using the front of the fan. And now I've got this bit of cover right here over my door. So looking good there, door open. I've filled in that gap, bag slipped over. My power for my lights are there. Let's go check out this other side. So again, it's called the extended or the 270 extended out the front. So instead of it only flipping the back, we're able to do it out the front here. Let's go grab that extra rope. Again, 2 ratchets, 2 ropes. And this back one here, ideally is set up for my kitchen. Maybe I've backed into a campground. This is where I'm hanging out back here. And I'm gonna go around my ensuite, and I'm using my roof rack again. So up here, I've gone over my ensuite, using my roof rack where my solar panels are, just like you would on a car, just like you do on a car or vehicle, and I'm just able to hook back to the roof rack using that there and getting some tension on it. So that wasn't too bad, hey? That's pretty good. I'm in line. You can see I'm over my ridge here. Yes, maybe there's a gap there, but this is my living space on this side here, over top of my kitchen. Let's pull the kitchen out and see what we got going on there. So what's next for this? Really, I'm gonna put some power, we might have some wind this weekend. So these guys have some legs built in, and then there's gonna be a couple endpoints out there. So those legs, again, twist, run, support, and then put my ropes in here to rope this down. So 1 and 2. I'm giving myself a little bit of an idea about what my walls and what my other things here would look like. Now again, big kitchen pulls out. So how's my awning doing? And that's where I'm looking at for a wall. I'm still gonna be sneaking around here. Now there is a retreat room. There's some big things. There are the walls that flare out we've seen on the other videos. So the 270 with the extended, curious to see, curious, if it's all one big, massive wall and then an extra wall there. So it looks like one, so it's gonna join here. So I can see I'm gonna have one wall from there back, one wall from here all the way front, and then my third wall will be a square one out back there. So it does mean that I can use this space or hide in here. And what we have on these guys is my big pull-out kitchen. So when we had the square awning off, this was a little bit more out there. Now I've got it undercover, and this is where I'm hanging out here. You can get to my gear, I'm gonna plug in some lights for my power here, and I've got access window all through here. Just trying to give myself an idea of what it's gonna be like if I do have to put the walls up this weekend. But that's a look at our Darche 270 extended out the front and the Kimberley Kube. Shane and Maud at SEQ Campers. We want to put out more videos, so please subscribe to our videos, and we're going to keep going as we get into the new holiday camping season.